All right, enough of that. It's your boy MM2K, and I'm here with our special guest, our special sit down guest for today's Saturday checkup. This is the one, the only Peter Cottontail. Pete, how are you doing today, man?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Man, I'm good. I'm chilling. I got off work. I'm ready to just chat this all out because, boy, we got some stuff to talk about.
Woo, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus. Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. It was a very chaotic, it's been a very chaotic 24 hours within the Stadia community. It should have never been this way. So chaotic, Pete, that while you were at work or handling your business, I did a 3 hour coming to Jesus talk with the community. But we're gonna decompartmentalize it here in this conversation, and we're gonna talk about some other things as well. And and get to and have some great conversation. This again, a reminder. This is the Saturday checkup, the series that I'm doing where I'm interviewing people within the Stadia community. We're talking all things Stadia or whatever comes to our tickles our fancy. We're gonna talk about it. We do the recording of this show during the week, the live recording for the members. So if you want to be part of the live recording, which grants you an opportunity to sit and talk to our guest, which is Pete today, or whoever's the guest for a particular day, it grants you that opportunity. You want to join our live meeting, become a member. Otherwise, you'll see it when everyone else sees it at the public viewing, which is Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so Pete, let's talk about it, man. We were just chatting it up before the show went live. What are you playing, man? There's something that's captured your soul. Talk to us about it.
Destiny 2, man. I've been on
Woo.
and off of it for so long. Then this 30th anniversary pack got so much stuff. And you know what? I fell in love all over again. I mean, my hunter's a little bit beyond light level. It's okay. I'm working on it. But man, and guess where I'm
Mm,
playing at? The platform that everybody says is dead, but it's
the
still
dead
getting
one.
updates.
The
hmm
dead one.
And you know what? I even downloaded it on Steam, and then
Mm,
Steam's having loading issues and everything, bro, and I can't play my DLC on Steam. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I already have everything on Stadia. So guess where I'm at? Stadia. And you know what the best thing is I can play anywhere that I want.
you
So
know what,
that's it.
Pete? I saw a tweet. I can't remember, but I saw it because you highlighted it, where someone said, "I'm playing the dead platform. I'm playing the dead games on it." You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, I retweeted that tweet. Yeah, he's like, yeah, see, I'm playing on the dead platform. I even bought two more dead games. They're all like, every game is dead, but you know what? I'm still gonna buy it anyway.
oh God. So how about we do this? Because this show is all about the special guest, which today is yourself and in the community. Um, they've heard me talk for 3 hours. Can you let the people know, Pete, as far as what you saw? What was this craziness that happened in the last 24 hours within the Stadia community? Can you break it down for us?
Bro, I really don't even know what there is to break down because it's like everyone's acting like, okay, so Stadia puts out a tweet saying,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, what do you guys want to see at the Game Awards?" And I'm like, okay, I just list stuff that I'd like to see. Okay, whatever. So, of course, you have the same crew who's over here talking about Phil Spencer is going to be there, or he's on the board, blah, 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 or that, oh, maybe Stadia has something to show. And they have repeatedly told everybody, hey, anything major is basically a lock and key, stop expecting everything. We're basically going silent.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like it as much as everybody else does, but this is also Google's style. And I'm still trying to figure out why everybody's freaking out because they never said, "Hey, we have something to show you." They never said, "We're going to be there." And I still don't understand the importance of the Game Awards because I didn't even know it really existed
Mm-hmm.
until last year.
Yeah.
I was like, and I barely watched like Gamescom or E3 for that matter. And then even then, I watched the Game Awards this time around. It was basically recycled content with new footage of stuff that we already knew was coming you had Luna that made a appearance, which is funny because even though Luna had a presentation, Stadia was still trending. And I that blows my mind that even though they didn't have the presentation for anything, Stadia was still trending on Twitter because everybody just blew up about it. But
Yeah.
it's like they're trying to find a reason to be upset because negativity generates clicks, and that's such a really, really sad reality, but it's true. So, of course, the same people that said, "Oh, we're gonna back away from the community," or "The community does this, the community does that," and they're still back. Now, I'm not gonna name names, but I know that
Yeah.
y'all are probably gonna end up seeing this anyway, so I don't really care personally.
Hmm.
But y'all need to stop. I seriously do not understand why people can't just play your games. I don't care when you play. I
Hmm.
seriously don't. I was like,
Yeah.
I love Stadia, but guess what I have? I have Game Pass. I
Yes.
actually just started my trial for Luna because I wanted to play Devil May Cry 5 and I don't have it on Steam.
Hmm.
Okay. I have my local PC for games that just aren't coming to the cloud services because hey,
Yeah.
cloud
Yeah.
is new.
It's new.
I I was like, I love Stadia, but you're not gonna see me complain when they're not in an award show that I swear to God was just shoving ads in my face the entire time about Fall Guys and crossovers. Uh, like
Yeah.
I don't I seriously don't get it. Even the acceptance speeches were like half-hearted attempts at saying, "Hey, thank you. I can't believe we won. Okay, bye."
Yeah.
They didn't really care.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just something to do that like a tradition or anything. But I still never can't really remember a time when these shows actually ever meant something.
Hmm.
Like I don't. I was like, "Did you see Nintendo at the show?" Nintendo didn't do jack
Hmm.
except Metroid Dread won an award, which is cool. I mean, I love Metroid as a series regardless. I mean, I haven't played it in, like, decades, but I still like Metroid as an entire series, and Samus is awesome, and Samus is one of my favorite characters whenever I do get a chance to play Smash with my friends.
Yep.
But, it's like it's never meant anything, and the same naysayers that are constantly being negative because it's like you're upset that Google's not paying attention to you or not sending you free stuff. So you just have this
Hmm.
beefed up vendetta for God knows what reason, are just over here trying to pick it apart after saying that they're going to back off. And
Yeah.
then you're still doing it just like another person that like months ago like went on a full on meltdown rant and then wants to put out a tweet talking about it. I was like, "Didn't you say you were gonna go? Like, go. If you don't if you're done, you're done. Bye." I will never understand that. So it's a lot of unneeded craziness because you were trying to find a reason to complain and say that it's a bad look or whatever. Dude, it's an award show that happens every year. I could understand if Game Awards was something that just happens like every 3 years or something like that. It's a super huge event. But there was, again, never any indication. And I kept tweeting. I was like, hey, don't get mad when they're not going to do anything. I was like, it'd be cool if they did, but don't get mad because there's likely not going to be anything.
Hmm.
And then of course they're going to be like, Stadia is dead. Stadia is dead. Need I remind you that there's still more games coming and avatars coming in 2023? So I still don't. I'm trying to figure out where dead is coming from because the only thing that's dead is people's comments beating a dead horse because they don't know what else to talk about. Is they can't find anything else to talk about. It's been nothing but improvements for the past 2 years, and it's just getting better. I'm sitting here playing Destiny 2 while I'm
What,
talking right now, and you don't see me complaining.
what do you think? Why do you think that is? Let me like for instance, to reference what you brought up, and not to mention any names, but we see this peculiar behavior. It's kind of like shout out to well, the only name that I'll mention is my spiritual advisor, Clive Linden. It's like that skit he did where the guy's like, "I'm leaving Stadia, goodbye," and Clive's trying to continue with his show, and Lord Kinsel's like, but I'm leaving. Hold on, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, go ahead and go. I see peculiar posts out there where every 3 months it's like, well, I've only fired up Stadia like for 5 minutes 8 months ago. Okay, well, you don't like Stadia, we get it. We do, and we're not worried about what you're worried about. So, yes, if you want to go in your own hut and hyperventilate about these things that at mass are not a concern to the community, do that. But expecting us to drop what we're doing and our enjoyment for the sake of your rants or your tantrums, it's not going to work that way. Why do you think they just won't let go and there continues to be these tantrums, Pete, over and over again where they're like, listen to me, I'm having a tantrum. Why do you think that's the case?
Because they honestly want attention.
Yeah.
They have this weird addiction to go, ha ha, I was right. But I don't understand what you were right about.
Yeah, what were you right about? You know?
Yeah, what tell me what you were right about. Tell me that Stadia is dead, because clearly it's not, because if Stadia was dead, I would not be playing Destiny 2 right now, or any of the 200 plus games that I have that I still haven't even finished because I've got such a big backlog. I tell me where it's dead because it's not getting the games that you want or anything else like that, or the fact that Luna got a game but Stadia doesn't. Who cares, bro? Y'all have been dealing with this crap for decades now between different consoles, and it's never mattered before. And now all of a sudden it matters because you think that you're owed something. And I had seen this before, and I want to give credit to whoever put the tweet out. But oh, you know what? It was my
Mm-hmm.
good friend Metal Wolf.
Oh, shout out to Metal
He
Wolf.
he put out the tweet saying you're not owed anything. Google doesn't owe you a presence at the show just because you want them to be there, and
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
don't. I
Mm-hmm.
There's no written rule that says you absolutely have to be there. And then people are like, the Game Awards is the biggest show of the year. Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
say that about E3, you say that about Gamescom, and then
Mm-hmm.
half the time the crap at E3 isn't even the final result of what comes out later. Uh,
Yeah.
I it's basically, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's just trying to see who has the bigger balls and make the biggest presentation, because
Mm-hmm.
that's all these shows are, and all these shows have been. And then you have more people making commotion about, oh, Chromebooks are advertising GeForce Now, but not Stadia. Why does this matter?
Mm-hmm.
You weren't concerned about it now. You're not concerned about it. You weren't concerned about it before. You're not concerned about it now. You were trying to give yourself a reason to throw hate around. I don't know why Chromebooks are advertising GeForce Now. I didn't realize
Well,
that they were forced to advertise Stadia.
yeah.
Uh,
I mean, it's you have a lot of people that don't understand business, Pete, and they're talking about that. It's like crying about Bethesda making Deathloop for PlayStation and Microsoft not yanking it. Like all these companies, they got that Silicon Valley mindset where they're like, look, we don't not only want to win the trophy, but we want to make the trophies and we want to sell them to you too. I mean, and that grows our business. So yeah, you're going to have situations where Microsoft may develop an exclusive for PlayStation, like they did with Deathloop. You're going to have situations where Google's Chromebook might give out, GFN codes, just like the YouTube uh, Premiere or something like that is giving out Game Pass
oh,
codes.
YouTube Premium is giving out Game
Premium
Pass.
Game
And
Pass
I'm
codes,
like,
yeah.
why? I was like, why do you
Why
care? I
not?
was like,
Why
why
not?
is this
Yeah,
such a big deal? Like, why not? It's business for them.
yeah. It's business.
Who, bro, they're not even advertising the Pixel phones. Okay, I don't get it. I seriously,
But you know
I'm
what else
like
is crazy too,
blown
Pete?
away.
Not to
What's
cut
up?
you off, but I
No, you're
want your
good.
thoughts on this. I mean, do you think that they don't understand how staunch the bias is? Like, they're mad at Google for doing this cross pollination, but you heard murmurs, but you didn't hear the same outrage when New World launched on GFN before it did Luna. Like you heard some blurbs, but it wasn't drawn out like how it is for Stadia. You know what I'm saying? So they're upset about they're angry. They're enraged about the cross pollination when it comes to Google, but when Amazon does it, yeah, it's a blur on the radar for a day or two, but then they get over it.
And then it goes away. Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes away. Like, I mean, do you think that Do you think that it's obvious to them, the biasness, or do you think they just they don't care in their aim to just cause disruption? What do you think it is?
They're just there to cause disruption, and you try to call them out on it, and their excuse is, "Oh, hey, Luna hasn't been around as long as Stadia has." But that's still I why does that matter?
Mm-hmm.
Eh, They're
Yeah,
again
that's
trying to make up stupid reasons. That is literally their excuse, is the fact that Luna hasn't been around as long, so Luna somehow gets a free pass. Meanwhile, you have the same people talking, like, pushing that because Luna is part of Amazon, that they should just clearly have New World. And you know what? And I kept telling them, the same crew, they're all like, "Oh, they're adding controller support, so that must mean they're coming to Luna." And I was like, "Stop telling people they're going to get this or they're going to get that, because it's not true, and you know it's not true."
yeah.
And now they're doing it again now they're trying to do it again with Stadia and the whole Google Play Games thing. They're all like, "Why did Google Play make an appearance but Stadia didn't?" I was like, "Okay, why do you think they're the same thing just because they're under Google?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. I
It
was
does.
like, just
Yeah.
because it's under Google doesn't mean that they're the same thing and that it's a bad thing
Yeah.
at all. I was like, they're different teams. I was like, do you understand how big Google is?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, they're not going to just focus on Stadia because they have different teams for different things and different reasons. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's just how things are. I was like, you don't have to accept it. I don't care if you don't accept it,
Yeah.
but
It's
that's how it
different.
is.
It's different business sectors making different moves to sow in growth for their line of business. It doesn't have it's not synonymous that it has bearing on Stadia. It's just what Google Play is doing, and Google is looking at you know increasing its outreach of its gaming efforts to everybody, whether it's through its mobile division, allowing it to be playable on PC, whether it's through its latest and greatest technology, which is Stadia. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are just thinking of games like Genshin Impact, but there are just some Google Play games that just will not work on Stadia. They're never going to be ported to Stadia. They're only for mobile consumption. They're not for the group of gamers that Stadia is targeting. So let them do that with that sector, and then focus on the games for this sector for Stadia. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
I think
100%.
it's a coherent lack of business. It's a coherent lack of business acumen, and a fish rots from the head. Because these journalists out here don't understand business. We saw that with Tom Warren recently. We saw that with Tom. We see that with Tom Warren all the time. And it not even about Stadia. He said some goofy things about Xbox that just shows his lack of business acumen. So when you have the people that normally are the subject matter experts not acclimated to how things work, then the readers are ignorant as well. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, and inadvertently. So
Like, the readers only know, you're right, the readers only know as much as your the source, I guess, they're as
exactly,
whatever
yeah.
article they read.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know. They're thinking, they're depending on the author to
Mm-hmm.
say,
Yeah.
"Hey, this is going on,"
Yeah.
and
We've
so
checked
forth.
this out.
All
Yeah.
of that. Yeah, we check this out, but in reality, that honestly, sadly, not is the case with a lot of things. They're taking it at face value and then getting mad about it when it's not
When it's not
true.
exactly. Exactly.
And that's
Um,
like the worst thing to me.
there's a couple of things that I had talked about earlier too. I wanted to get your thoughts on. It's a grouping of things. So, um, people, you're gonna we hear a lot. Well, my thoughts matter too, and yes, whatever you um I don't think I always say you can't be wrong for how you think, or you can't be wrong for your opinion, like what you like, but whatever you think is not synonymous with facts. And here just are some things that we're hearing from the same sector that are now crying about the Game Awards thing. Um, they're outraged about this Game Awards thing. This is the same stuff that we heard. So when we said Q4, expect we're looking at the evidence and expect Stadia to do some big things. Oh no, they're not. No, they're not. They have no clue. They have no direction, right? And again, they're saying Stadia has no direction, but they said it Q4, and guess what happened? They knocked it out of the box. 650,000 new engagements just in 1 month alone. Enough said there. They also said that there was also this FUD over Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's not coming day and date, and we told them, look, the way things are worded, it's open, it's ambiguous. Don't assume off of this wording that it's not coming day. Oh no, it's not coming day and date. It's over with. They have no direction. And then what happened? Cyberpunk came day and date. Then after after SG&E, Catherine Hasai did an interview talking about the features. Oh no, the Catherine Hasai thing wasn't worth interviewing, or it wasn't worth talking about. It's just bogus and baloney. And come to find out, everything in that Catherine Hasai interview, Stadia's talking about to this day is about integrating their features. And no, they're not shutting down. What else do we have? Then we had, hey, look, Stadia, Alphabet said, look, they're doubling down on resources. They've prioritized Stadia, and they're going to give new tool sets to the developers. Oh, no, that's baloney. None of that's happening. NBA 2K isn't coming. They're shutting down. And coming to find out what happened. The Stadia keynote happened, and everything that we said in May was presented in July. So all the major pillars of stuff that have occurred, not little one-off things, but major things where these same voices told us it's over and it's done with, they were wrong. You would think that the community would recognize that, maybe partake for entertainment purposes, but wouldn't fall for it, but they still continuously fall for it. Why do you think that these false, the sky is falling calls still get paid attention to from the community?
Sorry, repeat that. I lost focus for a second.
That's okay. No, with all this evidence that I just ran through, where major event, and I forgot one. Remember when Alex Hutchinson said that developers, or publishers should get paid whenever their stuff is streamed?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And we told people, look, this is, it's not good, but it's going to die over. Oh no, this is going to affect Stadia forever. Oh, it's over.
And that died out in like a week.
And that died, yeah. That died out. That died out really in a couple of days. Yeah, it died out in a couple of days. So you have a track record of serious events within Stadia's time period. Several of them within a short time period of 2 years happening, and time after time, the same entities got it wrong. These are the same entities that are back at it again over the Game Awards. Why do you think that with this track record, they're still getting attention like they've gotten it all right? Why do you think that's happening?
Because, like I said before, negativity generates clicks. Negativity is what gets you noticed. And that's what they're going to go for, because they literally have nothing else to complain about. You can't complain that Stadia is not improving. You can't complain that Stadia is not advertising. And people are like, because Stadia is not shouting something out to the world, that means that they're not advertising. I was like, so you weren't just praising the click-to-play ad, right? You weren't just praising all of this stuff about it being a good this week on Stadia. You weren't doing any of that, apparently, according to them. So they're literally just trying to find a reason to complain and say, ha, we were right. That's all it is, and it just, honest to God, pisses
I think that
me
makes sense.
off.
It's like they keep doubling down until something sticks to the wall. So even if they're batting, if they're 0 for 20, as soon as they're 1 for 21, see, we were right. They're looking for that victory.
Waiting for the day where they can say, haha, we told you so.
Yeah, we told you so.
I'm trying to say this for 2 years. But don't you think that by this point you're wrong?
Yeah.
I seriously get it.
all the major stuff, Pete, as you just illustrated, and we talked about it earlier today too. All the major stuff they've been dead wrong on, and again, it's not because we have the crystal ball or we're sitting there calculating everything in some major space aquarium. No, I mean we just followed the facts. That's all. And so that track record shows you that who's following the facts, who isn't following the facts. Just like you said, is unfortunately, regardless, you can be wrong 1,000 times. All it takes is for you to be right once, and they're looking for that one right, that one major right, and they are looking for controversy because controversy always wins the day. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. But
That is
go ahead, Pete. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
sorry. No, that's what's so sad is controversy wins the day, and when you try to call someone out on it, they're just going to be like, "Oh, it's just speculation. Oh, it's just my opinion," and they use it as a shield. But when you
Yeah.
give your opinion, suddenly it's wrong, and that your opinion, you don't have an opinion. You can't use your opinion and say, okay, well, you're wrong. But I don't understand. I seriously don't understand how that works.
Well, I'll tell you this from experience. What I've from my observation is that for some reason there was this false sense of one-way ticket posting. What I mean by that is people treat social media like it's a journal where I pull out my book and it's a cool breezy day. I'm drinking my lemonade. And here goes the entry that I'm going to put in for December 10th. And then this is my reality, what I think, my journal entry. I'm putting it in and I'm tucking it back under my bed. And just imagine if you pull your journal entry out and someone's written over it, now bucko, you got it wrong. You know what I'm saying? I can understand in a journal, which is supposed to be your own intimate way of expressing yourself, why you don't want necessarily any feedback that isn't adding to that. But that's not how social media works by default. Social media is an ongoing global collaborative discussion about whatever's being brought up. Whether people agree with you or not, you may find that it's 50-50. You may find that it's 100 or 99-1 people in agreement with you. You might be on the opposite side of where it's 1-99 where nobody agrees with you. But social media is meant to be a collaborative discussion. It's not supposed to be a bandwagon fest or branching off of your own intimate thoughts. That's not how it works by default. If you want it to be that way, then you got to make some changes. You got to block certain people. You got to, you know what I mean? You can only accept invites from certain people. You got to change some things. But social media by default are people expressing their thoughts to whatever the subject matter is being brought up. Now, again, if you're just being shrewd and rude and just ignorant to people and demeaning to people, I get that. But what you're seeing a lot in this community, Pete, is people just getting flabbergasted at the fact that you have a counter to my intimate thoughts. How dare you? Like this is social media is their own personal journal. I see that more here in this community than I see it elsewhere. Does that sound right to you, or do you think it's something else?
Oh no, 100% nailed it right on the head, MM2K. 100%. They think that social media is their playground, and God forbid you say something different from them, and then you're labeled as toxic, and that they were just trying to have a debate, and then they start throwing up a bunch of shields and then making it look like they're a victim. And I'm like, you put it on social media. I was like, the second you put anything on the internet, much less something like Twitter, there is no privacy. I was like, you want
Mm-hmm.
privacy? Go into DMs and discuss it.
Yeah.
But the second you put it on a thread and then you have someone saying, "Why are you barging into this thread?" There's I You made it public. I was like, there is nothing stopping me from jumping into the thread and being like, "Hey," and then stating my opinion just like you stated your opinion, but then that gives me the right to say that your opinion is bad, and I'm just giving my opinion because it's my opinion, right? So what's wrong with that? Your opinion
Yeah,
is your opinion, and my opinion is my opinion. And if you don't like
exactly.
it,
Yeah.
then why are you trying to say that?
Well, or just if you don't like what I have to say, then you can block me. You can mute
Yeah,
me.
block.
You know, block me and mute me. I don't want to engage in a discussion with you. Or when you post something, if you want it to just be a reflection of your intimate thoughts in the cloud, then limit the people that you can respond to. But by default, the makers of social media didn't want it that way. You know what I mean? So if you want just a branching of your own intimate thoughts, get together at a carpool or something like that. Get your closest friends together and you create something like that. You create something conveyor belt like that. But this is an organic interaction between all types of mindsets all over the world. You can't expect that by default. You know what I mean? And it's just amazing. And it's something that I've noticed in particular with this community from the offset. Like, I felt like people that created content felt like that their content shouldn't be challenged. And because I see people, I'm blocking that, I'm getting rid of him. And you see my chats and stuff like that. People say all types of crazy stuff to me, and I always say, like Amunar, like I said, let him rock. You know, I don't mind being challenged, but just understand that if you ain't got your facts together and you want to kick my tires, you know what I'm saying, you better make sure you're on your A game. But you know, we can have those discussions. And
Yeah, I sorry.
no,
I
go ahead.
I get that. Yeah, I was like, if you want to talk, we can talk.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like you said, I was like, if you can't come correct with the facts, or you want to start assuming things, and then you get shut down, you can't get mad because
Mm-hmm.
now you're under pressure. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, it's so easy to talk like you know something until you get put on the spotlight. And when you get put on the spotlight, it's like you're the little
Yeah.
kid on stage that had stage fright and you freeze and you don't know what to say. And then all the walls come up and you will do everything in your power to flip it around and be like, why are you being so toxic? Why are you being aggressive? Blah, 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 blah. And that blows my mind that people will do that. If you can't take the heat, don't dish it out in the first place. If
Mm-hmm.
you can't finish it, don't start. Because one way or another, the conversation's going to end. And a lot of times it's probably not going to be the way that you want. And me personally, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't care. I was like, nobody has sugarcoated anything to me in my life,
Mm-hmm.
period. So why would I do it to you? If I do something wrong, I get told exactly what I did wrong. And
Yeah.
there's no sugarcoating. There's no sugarcoating. There's no slap on the wrist saying, it's okay, just don't let it happen again. No,
Yeah.
it's harsh because if it's not harsh, someone's not going to understand and they'll think that they could just do it again and then it's another slap on the wrist. I do the same thing on Twitter. I was like, I'm going to be aggressive and I'm going to say what's on my mind because if I don't, I'm going to hold it in and you're not going to understand how I feel. And
Yeah.
I've done that with several people. I was like, if you don't like it, I was like, okay, I'll just block it. I was like, you can call me a shill, you can call me a stan, you can say I'm forming my own bubble. But the fact is I'm just tired of it. I just want to play my games and look at all the new stuff coming out. I don't feel like going back and forth about these stupid award shows or asking why there wasn't this or why there wasn't that. How would I know? Why would I care? Why would I
I'm
know? I
enjoying
don't
it.
work for any of these
I'm
companies.
enjoying the platform. You know that type of stuff.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just enjoying it like I have been since I was old enough to know what games were. It doesn't matter to me, dude. I'm just here to play games. I don't care who makes an appearance where. I just wait until something interests me and then I'm going for it. I didn't understand that everything had to be a competition all of a
I
sudden. Like you
it
just have
feels
this
like to
urge.
me that you have some people that were disappointed by Stadia. Legitimately, I mean, when I say legitimately, I mean I'm not saying that their disappointments are the world's disappointments. It may just be exclusive to them, but I think that you know authentically, they were disappointed. That's how they felt. Okay. And because they're disappointed, they want you to be disappointed. Instead of saying, I don't like this. It reminds me of somebody that, me and my wife, I always mess with my wife. She's a picky eater. And we eat vegan, a lot of times. And so we went to this one vegan restaurant and the food was just cold and horrible. You know what I'm saying? And then we left. And I told my wife, like, don't make a scene. Let's just get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if everybody else likes this cold, slimy tasting vegan food, let them enjoy it. But we don't want it. And it feels like that to me. Like, instead of you just getting up and saying, you know what, this isn't for me. Oh man, I really, it was advertised to me and it meant like this to me, but it ended up being this. You leaving something in the suggestion box, or you even going back and saying, look, I wasn't satisfied with, but then going about your business and finding something that does make you happy. It's like you want everybody to leave with you because your choice to leave has to be replicated by all. Like you need that, what's the word I'm looking for, Pete? You need that validation.
Yeah.
That what you did was right. You did the right thing. And if everybody else isn't doing what you do, then it's a problem. You know what I mean? No, if you abandon the platform, if you haven't fired it up for more than 2 times in the last 6 months, then that right there says that you're dismayed by the platform. A lot of people are not. And shout out to Jack Dessler that just did a hell of a video on the same channel. Where he showed you that it's growing. We're sorry if everybody doesn't share your skepticism, and you have your right to voice your skepticism, I still feel. The problem becomes where you take your skepticism and you try to typecast it to all. You're in denial. Stadia's this, Stadia's that. You're misleading people, as I was told. It becomes peculiar because at the end of the day, it's just video games. Why must you instill all this doom and gloom with everybody just because you don't like something? You know what I'm saying, Pete? What are your thoughts on that?
That's the same. Yeah. It's like they complain when they want proof that it's doing well or it's doing bad. And when you show them the numbers, shout out to Jack and Lead and stuff for actually pulling the data. All of a sudden, when you show them, oh, that's wrong. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just like, but weren't you just saying that? Where's the numbers? Just like I saw a comment earlier about Luna has more users apparently. I was like, okay, so show me the numbers. And I was like, and I'm trying to honestly figure out how they come to that conclusion when Stadia is available in 22 countries and Luna is available in 1. I have nothing against Luna at all. Dude, I was straight up playing Devil May Cry for like 3 hours yesterday, and it plays fantastic, by the way. But it's like, I was like, Luna's available in 1 country, in the US. Stadia is available in 22. So you're trying to tell me that there's more people alone in the US than there are in 22 countries, and you're going to tell me that there's more users. I was like, 1, you're either really uneducated or you're just trying to make up a reason. I was like, we can pull the numbers and show you. You can't. I was like, if you can't show me tangible proof, and that's the only proof that I will truly accept is actual numbers and data. But if you can't show me that, then I will disregard you every single time. You're like a fly that I'm going to swat, and you just keep coming back and back and back. And I'm going to shoot you down every time until you can indefinitely prove to me with numbers and data that I am wrong.
Yeah, the
I
actual number.
will not accept speculation. I'm cool with debates and stuff like that. Like I was just talking to I'm Pro Joe on Twitter because he started going on a rant about the Game Awards, and I had to get a little aggressive with him. But I'm like, dude, I was like, I need you to understand that I can't figure out why you're upset because they didn't say that they were coming, and I'm just letting him know. It's like, I get you, but I was like, you can't get upset if there was never an indication that you were. And he even DM'd me later and was like, "Hey," I was like, "I appreciate the healthy debate. Like, I'm down to debate and I'm down to talk, but you need to understand that I'll see both sides. It doesn't matter how I sound. I'm probably one of the few people in the world that will understand where you're coming from. I just don't necessarily try to fight anymore." I was like, "I'll say my view, you say yours. I'll be able to see the bigger picture, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to agree with you in the end."
So
Like I said, if you want to debate, let's debate.
there's an article that's been out. I'm not going to name names. It was um, referenced in the chat, and the article says something to the effects of Google is doing absolutely nothing to instill confidence in Stadia or get new players on board. Marketing matters, confidence in the future matters. So we spoke to this earlier to where I used the example of, okay, say, it's me, you, and Jack Deslip, right? And we all say to ourselves, hey, look, we're going to go vacation down in Florida, but we're all traveling in different cars. And Jack and I hit out early. You hit out at a different time, and by the time you hit out, there's a tornado coming. So you can't take the same path that we take. You got to go a different way. You still got to get to Florida, but you got to get there a different way. And we use that example to illustrate what Stadia is going through. Every time Stadia makes a mainstream presence, like at an award show or something like that, where what they're trying to accomplish is up for interpretation, it's always get twisted into something negative. Something negative in a way that is unbelievable. Unless it's a silver bullet that says, hey, you are now on the same echelon of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, which is impossible for any of these platforms. They get shot down, they get ridiculed, and what they try to attempt gets twisted up. Opposed to what Stadia is actually doing is, look, we're not putting what we're doing in the hands of you to write about it on your own. We're going to write up something about it, or our partners will, and then you can write a story from that. But at least the true intentions, the true things that we're doing are already there, so you can't mock it up or screw it up for us. And they've done that successfully. Like, if you look at the last two posts, that talk about Dynasty Warriors 9, that talk about the LG TVs and all that other stuff, in culmination to what Jack is showing with the statistics, it's the complete opposite of what that person wrote. So what that person wrote is categorically false. They're just not using traditional marketing. They're using grassroots marketing, where they'll post stuff on the internet. They'll utilize content creators like us, or they use word of mouth marketing through their social media managers or through the individual posts and stuff that they do in order to grow the word about the platform. They also use marketing by people having Google TVs. The Google TVs are growing exponentially. So people who have Google TVs, when they see an advertisement here or there, or now when you go buy certain TVs, you see Stadia on the box, that's their way of advertising, not through the big media markets, to where, again, if Stadia tries to introduce something that way, it always gets shot down and misconstrued. So yeah, whoever wrote that, that's false. And the reason why it is false is because you can look at the numbers. So it just shows you the state of where we're at, where our journalists, they just make up stuff. You know what I'm saying? They make up stuff, and unfortunately, like we even see in our chat, people give kudos to the made up imaginary stuff. You know what I mean? But what do you think? Let me throw this at you, Pete. I saw a number somewhere where even though Amazon sponsored this event via Amazon Prime and Luna, Amazon Prime was trending, but Luna didn't even trend. Stadia trended within those 24 hours. but Luna didn't even trend. What do you think about that?
I think that is absolutely hilarious, to be honest with you. Talking about Stadia to make a presence, I was like, clearly it got people talking. I was like, it might not have been the talk you want, but it still has people talking. I
Hmm.
was like, like you said, you had Luna make a presence, but Luna wasn't trending. In fact, that whole comment thread was people just trying to bash Luna for whatever reason because they just have this random vendetta against cloud gaming.
Hmm.
But it's just hilarious. I was like, y'all got Stadia talking. I was like, discussion is discussion. It spreads like wildfire. I was like, at some point, people are going to be able to make up their own minds. I was like, it might seem like it's all bad talk. Or, like I said, it gets people talking, and that's all you need. And then it irritates me because you got a certain someone whose name sounds like Slushy talking about Stadia hasn't done a single thing in over a year. I'm like, okay, excuse me. I was like, so they haven't updated. They haven't opened up their communications more. I get that there's no roadmap. You're telling me that the LG deal didn't just happen on time. You're
Hmm.
telling me that they didn't just lead a community based event to determine what game goes on sale, giving players a choice, which is all that should matter. So you're telling me that they've done absolutely nothing this
Hmm.
entire time. And then when you confront them on it, oh, they're just not bringing the new games. How do you know what they're planning when you don't know? You don't work for them. And I say this every time until people get it.
Yeah.
Until you work there, you don't know. I was like, you had the one dude who works at a works at Stadia talking about he's a little bit disappointed. And I mean, I get it, but the thing is I was like, you don't know what Grace and Chaco were doing at the award show. You don't know if they were networking behind the scenes or not. Just like Rev had said, he's
Hmm.
like, you don't know. They could have been networking and getting things around. I was like, just because you don't know
Yeah.
and it's not out in the open doesn't
Hmm.
mean that things are happening. Until you're in that area and you know personally what's going on,
Yeah.
you can't keep making assumptions.
Yeah, exactly. And that just proves that, again, even though they work there, people can work there. Like, I can be in the mailroom. I don't know what's going on in the boardroom. So, I mean, what does that matter? I mean, it's a shame. And to me, that was a silly tweet. You know, that person is free to express themselves however they want. But it was a silly tweet for the simple fact that I don't work there, and it's self-evident to me why Google wouldn't have a presence there. I mean, when we talk about presence, what was the presence? Like, I have nothing against Amazon. I really like Amazon. I do. I mean, it's not my preferred way to play, but I do like the path that they're headed on. They rev it up some more. They can really, make some headways here. But I mean, let's be honest. They did all this for advertising. Join us at the Game Awards, and what did they advertise to you? Four old games, right?
Mhm.
No expansion, no 4K, and their own Amazon Studios game still isn't in Luna. Like,
Exactly.
if you would have did a survey of people who don't even like Amazon Luna and asked them, what do you think Amazon's going to say today? None of them would have guessed it would have been that low. Everybody thought there was at least going to be an expansion mention but again, what does the media do, Pete? They just look at it and they go, who cares? You know what I mean? It doesn't trend, but who cares? We're not going to write about it. We're not going to bash them about it. We're just going to move on. But if had State even done something that I think would have, under normal circumstances, would have been effective, they would have taken the last two blog posts, mashed them together, and made an advertisement out of that. The media still would have looked at that and said, that's the best you could do. Dynasty Warriors 9, a hack and a button masher game. Stadia's dead. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, just Stadia's all old games, but yet again, I have nothing against Luna. I was
I don't
legit
either.
sitting there for 3 hours playing Devil
Mm-hmm.
May Cry 5 because I wanted to play it and it plays great. But I was like, so Luna's allowed to show four old games,
Yeah.
but you can't let
How do you
Stadia
how do
get
you
a pass.
host the event and your
Exactly.
competition trends and you don't.
Yeah,
you know
I was like,
what I
"How
mean?
tell me how that works."
How does that work? And you still and you look the competition trends. You don't. You're telling me that Luna had a more effective night than Stadia, where Stadia is trending more than the sponsor of the damn show. I mean, they weren't trending more than Prime, but they were trending more than Luna. That just proves to you the popularity of Stadia. Why, when you talk cloud gaming, Stadia is the first thing that's brought up. And contrary to the bogus writings of that author who will remain nameless, they are doing stuff. They're just not doing it in the traditional way. All the numbers point to that. Um, so it's just interesting stuff to see. But I definitely wanted to get your take on it, to help condense it down for all of those for this Saturday checkup. Um, but let's try to go on a positive note here, in regards to the Game Awards, because really it should have been something positive, and I
Oh,
do
I
feel
can't
bad.
wait for that. Yeah. There was definitely quite a few positive things that happened concerning the Game Awards. There were several games that I am very,
Yeah.
very happy to see coming to PC because I am about to laugh in so many people's faces. Um, for example, there was talk of when Forsaken was first or Forspoken was first announced,
Hmm.
and people are like, "Okay, Sony's not gonna they're only gonna be porting, old games to PC." Then next
Hmm.
step is Sony creates a PC, branch. Okay, cool.
Yep.
They're like, "Sony's still not gonna port PC games." So unless I'm blind, I'm pretty sure they said Forspoken's coming to PS5, of course, and PC.
Yep.
So and that's a brand new game. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that means that they're porting new games. So, now I have God of War coming. I have Forspoken coming. I have Final
Yeah.
Fantasy
Final
Intergrade
Fantasy. Yeah.
coming.
Exactly.
And I was like, I don't give a damn that it's on Epic. I was like, I don't even really like Epic, but the
Yeah.
fact that it's coming to PC just further reduces my need or want to even get a PS5 in the first place. Not that they're even easy to get
Hmm.
right now, regardless. But I was like, now I definitely don't have to get one. And
Yeah.
that was just good news overall. I was happy that Luna's getting that got Yakuza Like a Dragon. It got Devil May Cry 5. It got Chorus. And you know what? Paying $5 a month to play those and just to see
Yeah.
if you like it
Yep.
is incredible to me.
It
I was like,
is.
that's great. I was like, that's awesome. Um, and then you have what else happened? I'm like blown away because all I keep thinking about is that 2-minute Fall Guys ad that decided to show that had absolutely nothing to do with the Game Awards itself. Um, what else happened? You had the new Saints Row
Hmm.
coming out. You had you know what does look super interesting is that new UE, Unreal 5,
Yeah.
um,
I still want to try
experience.
that out. Yeah. I still have to try that out.
I wanna
Uh,
try that out so bad. I was like, "See, that is where games are going," and you know what? I even showed some coworkers today at work, and they're like, "That looks like a movie." I was like, "I know." They're like, "Is that real?" I was like, "Nope." I was like, "It's a video game." I was like, "But the fact is within the next 3 to 5 years, games are going to blow up even
yeah.
further,
Yeah.
and I am so, so excited, and of course, you got the bunch of clowns over here just going on and on, talking about, "Oh, Cloud's not gonna do this, Cloud's not gonna
Yeah.
do that,"
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
they're making moves, and they're just making assumptions, and you know what? This person had even tried to say that Devil May Cry requires no lag, so I granted, I should have turned off the sound because all you hear is my mechanical keyboard on my mouse
Hmm.
clicking around. But I showed him how smooth the video was on Devil May Cry 5 because Luna blocks my recording through my GPU, so I just, like,
Yeah.
started spamming stuff,
Hmm.
I started spamming stuff just to show the thing, and I was like, what is lag?" I was like, "It's not
Yeah.
lagging." I was like, "It's running incredibly smooth."
Yeah.
I was like, "It may not look as pretty because it's streaming, but, like,
Mm-hmm.
dude,"
Yeah.
I was like, "The fact that it can do this, and I don't have it's, like, very, very little effort on my end," I was like, I'm cool with that." And
You,
you know what? They didn't even reply after that.
you know what? The
Nope.
thing is that too many people, I think, Pete, they think that everybody is a graphic buff. Where I want graphics and stuff, but everybody's not like that. Like the first few years of a new console generation are when the least amount of the sales occur because those are the graphic buffs, the people that got to get the newest and latest thing, and they're getting it those first few years. But then after that are the people that are simply getting the new console because the new games that they want to play aren't being made for the old consoles anymore, so they got to upgrade. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand that the average gamer just wants access to games. As long as it doesn't look horrendous or horrible, people will play it. You know what I mean? And cloud gaming gives you good enough fidelity. Even in this early, it's going to get a lot better, but it gives you good enough fidelity right now. It's just that the average gamer either doesn't know about it or they don't know enough about it to trust it. But if they did, oh yeah, definitely. But that's going to take some time. But yeah, it's these graphic buffs that think that every gamer counts every polygon on the screen, and they don't do that. That's not the case. So everything that you said is 1,000% right. Let me ask you, what were your favorite games? Because I got some. If you could, can you think of 4 games that were shown last night that were your favorite games? Because I got 4.
I got 4.
Okay.
So, I haven't really been keeping up with the Star Wars franchise, I'm not gonna lie, and I used to be a really big Star Wars nerd as a kid, but that Star Wars Eclipse game immediately
Mm-hmm.
caught my eye, so that's
Gotcha.
definitely one. I will also definitely say Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga, dude,
Mm-hmm.
is like, oh my god, you have my mouth drooling because I have the first one on PC, and of course, you have all of the haters saying this game looks like garbage or it's
Yeah.
just
Mm, yeah.
stop,
Yeah.
bro. I was like, 1, that was just a little demo.
Yeah.
I was like, 2, Hellblade isn't your traditional game that people are used to. I was like, it's more of a storytelling cinematic game, but don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, that the entire premise of them representing people with really bad severe cases of schizophrenia and the binaural sound and everything is just like, holy shit. Because I saw that and I was like, "Oh my god." I was like, "I'm going to sink so many hours into this game." And it's incredible what Ninja Theory is doing with that game, and I
Mm-hmm.
will say for anyone that hasn't played the first one, it is on sale right now. I don't care if you played on PC. I don't care if you
Mm-hmm.
have GeForce Now and you played through there.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that you need to play that game and make sure that you have a headset. I'm not talking about no Bluetooth headphones or wired Apple headphones. No. Get yourself a headset and play that game, and you will see what I'm talking about with that game.
Yeah.
So, that's 2 games. 3rd one is definitely, what was it? Arc Raiders
Mm-hmm.
or something like that? I'm not really familiar with that game. I should probably,
Yeah. Yeah.
that more, but
Mm-hmm.
I will say that that game actually looks pretty fantastic, and that's gonna be coming up soon. That's 3. What was the 4th one? Doke V, whatever that game is, the one that has a really catchy song, and I've listened to that song probably like 100 times on Spotify by now. Um, it's the little game that looks like what a Pokemon MMO should have been,
Oh, okay.
and
Okay. I know what you.
they had the little dance show on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That one.
Oh
Yep.
my god, I can't wait for that game, dude. It's gonna be forever until it comes out, but, I need that game right now. I was like, the characters are so cute, dude. They're like little mini characters that are just so happy. And you know what? As cringy as Japanese dances can look,
Hmm.
I that game just has me all kinds of sucked in because it's literally what a Pokemon MMO could be. And you know what? From what I've seen of the trailers and crap like that, I was like, if I could ride a hoverboard and then go fight a giant monster with 10 other people, I'm cool with it. And then pull off a little dance after that, I'm cool. You want to throw a concert? Cool. So,
Yeah.
you know what? Those are personally my that was 4
Got you.
games, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Got you.
So those are my four games. I'm just personally super excited for the second Hellblade, and I'm really glad that that's happening because oh my god, it's making me want to play the first one again because jeez, game looks amazing.
Yep. Um, I actually did a live reaction show to the Game Awards, but I'm afraid to put it out there because people said things were blocked and stuff was taken down. But I think they finally brought it back up, and some of this stuff, like when they had the concerts and stuff, I had to switch it. I didn't really get a chance to partake in because YouTube. There's that paradox between cover the Game Awards, but when you do cover it, they add strikes to your channel and all other stuff. So some of that stuff I missed, but the things that I did catch that really caught my eye, I would have to say is Evil West. That was shown in the pre-show. That was the Western slash zombie evil creature game where the cowboy had special powers and stuff. So that one very much interested me. I describe it as a sci-fi third-person Western. I did like seeing Wonder Woman, but I would have loved to see some gameplay. Forspoken. Now the Hellblade, I was impressed by what I saw from Hellblade, but I was getting some artifacting at that time during the show because I was trying to upload my Halo Infinite footage as well, which is taking forever. I don't even think it's done yet. It's crazy. But I could tell that looked great. I just got to see that separately. Suicide. Oh, no, I ain't even talking about that yet. What else did I say? Forspoken looked great to me. I can't wait to get my hands on that. I did like Arc Raiders as well, but it slipped out a little bit. But my game of the show was Suicide Squad. I'm sorry.
Oh, you know what? I totally forgot about Suicide Squad.
Oh my god,
I
that took the
totally
show
forgot
from me.
about that. I just wanna play as a and I watched the movie too. Damn, what was the dude's name? The one
See,
who's
I
the
still got to
leader.
watch the movie.
Oh my god,
So now that
you're
makes me want
so
to watch it. Yeah, I'm
missing
gonna watch it.
out.
Yeah,
You're missing out.
yeah.
You really need to watch it because the shark dude has the
Uh
greatest personality in my life, and it's just
huh.
I was like, I live for the shark guy. I was like, he's just so stupid, but
Yeah.
he is brutal. Like, it's just funny because they try to teach him almost they're like without spoiling, they try to teach him almost like they're all like not everything is food. They're all like stop trying to eat people. They're like we're friends, we're family. Don't eat them.
Yep.
And I'm like, we gotta kill it. And he's like, and he just seems like so innocent throughout the whole thing. But it's dude, you're missing out. It's a fantastic movie. You should watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out this weekend, definitely. Now I'm interested because I want to see, I want to see these characters. I want to see the cinematic version of these characters now. But yeah, oh my god, yeah, that took the show for me. And I will say this again, we know everything's not perfect with Stadia. I would like to see some more transparency, definitely, with the games that they advertise. I'm not gonna sit there and go out into Neverland and say stuff like uh, is doing absolutely nothing to instill confidence in Stadia. That's just a bunch of hyperbole. But what I will say is that I want to see, some of these. What are the big ticket games that are coming? Because you got to let people know this in advance. Because if people want to play these games, what they're going to end up doing is they're going to say, I'm going to either play them on Stadia or I'm going to play them elsewhere. And I think what Stadia would like to do, to the best of their ability, is instead of people saving up their money to get a new platform, they'd have the game on theirs. You know what I mean? That's less money that I'm diverting elsewhere, more money that I'm putting towards Stadia. And the more money I put towards Stadia, that helps subsidize its growth. So if you got some big ticket games underway, I understand there might be some hiccups. You ain't got to give us actual dates, but let us know that they're in the works. You know what I mean? And some people will be willing to wait. Like at first, earlier on, Pete, I was one of those people that said, no, I got to know if it's day and date. Now I'm willing to wait because I know I'd rather play it on Stadia. I'm willing to wait. But two games that I definitely say that they need to get. Opposite of Dying Light 2 is I hope that they're working out Evil West. I hope that they're working out, what do you call that damn game? Suicide Squad. And I would like to see Alan Wake 2.
Oh, I know would love to see Alan Wake 2.
But you know what I'm fearful of? Because that's being funded by Epic Games Studios, we might not see it. Because Epic is totally against Google. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, because Tim Swindle. Yeah. Tim Swindle over here literally got caught red-handed talking about.
Oh my God!
Fortnite, if you basically.
Yes.
I was like, man, I was like, don't try to play like that. I was like, so I could, they're no.
Oh, I was watching a show. Yeah, I was watching. Shout out to Cowboy. Cowboy and his King of Content show. In one of the episodes he had on there, somebody, I forgot the guy's name. And the guy was like, why doesn't Stadia get this and why doesn't Stadia get that? Like it's all in the power of Stadia's hands. Like Activision doesn't have, like Activision's not on any cloud gaming platform. But we're going to ignore that. We're going to only focus on Stadia, right? So Fortnite came up in the discussion. And I'm listening to this conversation about Fortnite, and I'm saying, we know why Fortnite's not on Stadia. Did we forget about the whole court proceeding? It's all politics. Where Tim Sweeney said, I'll put Fortnite on Stadia. He lied and said, there's no reason to put it on there because the numbers aren't there. But then we find secret documents, like you said, that are open to the public. Now, everybody knows this. My grandmother knows this. And she's not even alive anymore. That everybody knows this, that the reason why Fortnite isn't on there is because Tim Swindle wanted to shop it around to Google and turn for Google to let them put their own store out there instead of for Fortnite instead of putting it through the Google Play Store. We know the politics behind it. So I was listening to that conversation. I'm like, but I'm fearful. Unfortunately, I would love. Alan Wake was one of my favorite games. I would love to see Alan Wake 2, but I'm fearful, Pete, that we're not going to see Alan Wake 2 because
I highly purely because it's going to Epic.
Yeah, exactly.
I seriously, truly doubt,
and that's a shame too.
That Alan Wake is going to come. Yeah,
because Control is a good port. I mean, now Remedy has experience with Stadia through Control. That'd be great if the game, but it's not going to come. Anything else from the Game Awards that you felt like people weren't thinking? What do you think about? I hate to get back to Negativeville a little bit, but I know there's a lot of people that feel the way that we feel, that just felt like they weren't being represented. They just were trying to enjoy and play their games, and the echo chamber was so loud. Now they feel like that they got to come out and express themselves, and that's what we're here for. What do you think about the fact that Shaka and Grace got to go to the Game Awards? Even though, Stadia wasn't going to have a presence there. They got to experience anyway. That Stadia, Phil Harrison, whoever was responsible for the decision, said, look, let's get our people out to the Game Awards. And instead of it being a full celebratory thing, they surely had to go back and watch us acting like some damn fools over here. You know what I'm saying? Because of some logos or whatever. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't understand about logos, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't get the whole issue with that. I mean I do,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't, because back to what you said earlier, people kept saying, "Oh, Cyberpunk has no Stadia
Yeah. Uh-huh.
logo,"
Yeah.
and then guess
Oh yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I forgot all about
Resident
that.
Evil Village, I don't think had a logo.
Yeah.
Guess what showed up? It's
Yeah.
like, dude, just wait for the games to come. Oh
Just
my
wait. Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Like, just stop with the whole, "There's no logo, so the game must not be coming." You don't know that. Until you can see the internal plan of what's gonna go on, don't tell me you know what's happening. Because you don't. It's like looking through a frosted window because it's cold outside and trying to see what's going on inside because they locked you out.
Exactly.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on. You're used to roadmaps. I get it.
Yeah.
But there's no rule or law that says they have to tell you absolutely anything. Google can go utterly silent, and you're still not going to be entitled to know absolutely anything that's going on because it's not any of your damn business. Dude,
If
period.
you are looking for an Xbox or a PlayStation esque type of news dropping, if you got to have that as a gamer, then I hate to tell you, Stadia is not the platform for you. Not that Stadia won't be successful, because the stats prove otherwise. The growth was insane. Even though, again, you have this crazy, out of the realm of reality comments that are being made, like Google is doing absolutely nothing to instill confidence in Stadia. However, confidence growth in Stadia, the numbers speak for itself. So, but both things can occupy the same space in the same time. You can be a gamer to where you feel like that any platform that you interact with, they got to hit you with information on a regular basis. If they're not doing that, then the platform isn't for you. But that doesn't mean just because they're not doing it at the way that you want it, that they're not seeing success. You know what I mean? That's a selfish way to look at it and say, oh, because you're not doing what I want to do, you're going to fail. That's foolish. You're not part of their target demo. But yeah, like, I just hate to say it, Pete. If you are the gamer, like how you just illustrated, that you need to be informed at a PlayStation or an Xbox level, Stadia is not for you right now, because that's not what they're doing right now. Do I want them to be like that? Oh hell yeah! Or would I like for them to be somewhere in between? Hell yeah! But that's just not what they're doing right now. So you got a decision to make. Don't linger. You know what I'm saying? Because you've already said for the past year and a half, y'all, Stadia's this and Stadia's that, and Stadia's just not doing it. You got a decision to make. If it's not for you, then move on. You know what I'm saying? But I don't
Yeah,
know.
I was like, if you, it's not that hard to say, okay, I don't like something, so
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
touching
It's okay. It's
it. You're
okay.
not hurting my feelings.
It's okay to say it and move on. You know what I mean? But you keep lingering. We're gonna be in year 5 for crying out loud. Yeah, well, the Stadia ain't gonna make it. Like when are we gonna when is it gonna end? But I do feel bad for Shaka and Grace, and they probably thinking to themselves, "But don't feel bad for us, because as soon as we saw y'all cutting up, we shut y'all the hell off." They probably cut off their phones, which I hope they did. I hope they cut off their phones and they enjoyed their time at the Game Awards without all the silliness. But I did feel bad for them. With that being said, I think that's our show right now, Pete. I appreciate you coming through, good brother. Let's do a couple of more things. First and foremost, I want to make everybody aware. Let me see if I can find the tweet. Let me pull the tweet up. Two things. Because it's really all when the community's at its best, those are the things that we want to show. We don't, not all this craziness and hypochondriac stuff. Clive and Linden. Where's he at? Okay, so Clive put out a tweet earlier, and I definitely want to. Okay, so here it goes. We're gonna put it out here, and let me show you something. This is a tweet from Clive, and it says, "Get ready to vote for your favorite Stadia game of 2021. Watch this space. Start thinking what your favorite Stadia release of 2021 is. Voting starts soon. Stadia Community Game Awards 2021. Wow. So be on the lookout for this. You know what I'm saying? It's focused on the Stadia platform. We can't wait. And hopefully you guys will participate. So this will be some great stuff. So I want to let everybody know that that's going to be happening. Be on the lookout for that. And also, what we're going to do, like as soon as we get off the air, we're going to open up PNTS Network Discord. So I'll put a link out in the description for the people that are going to be watching this on Saturday, Pete. But we're going to open up the PNTS Network Discord for all those that want to chat gaming. It's going to be officially open. We're going to do it. It's finally here. You get to see the wonderful chat room that the good homie Pete created. Pete, what are your thoughts? We're finally doing it. I know you're like, it's about damn time. But any other thoughts?
I am incredibly excited. I mean, for people who are familiar with Discord, you would probably see it as a very basic layout, but I am one of those people that genuinely likes a very clean looking Discord, and I do have to say I am proud of myself that it is very clean looking. Everything is grouped together as it should be. It covers, we have channels for the same topics we talk about on our daily shows. This is spread across the entire SML podcast, from MM2K's daily dosages to basically everything we talk about. It's got his morning tonics. Even added in some a cool little thing that was brought up in chat one time as a channel for discussion. Like I said, I encourage healthy debates. I don't care if one person gets a little bit aggressive more than the other, because in the end it'll work itself out. Sometimes you just need to get it out. Like I get it, seriously, I do. Like, if you got to get it out, you got to get it out. But if you're going to tell me you're done, or you're going to be that person that goes on a full-on rant and start blocking everybody, bro, then you're done. Just leave. But yeah, the Discord, I'm excited for it. Members, since you guys are seeing this live, you are more than welcome to start hopping in. MM, do you want to go ahead and grab the...
Yeah, let me do this while I'm in here.
Post that in chat.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Right, people, and then I'll just copy this. So we're gonna put this in the chat right now. And join the new PNTS Network Discord. And here it goes. Bada boom, bada bang. There you go. It's right there in the chat. I'm going to put that in there as well. I'm going to pin the message. So there you go. You can join the new PNTS Network Discord now. And it's ready for everybody to get into. So we can't wait. Come on over. Let's have some serious game discussions. There's going to be some other things that we're going to do as well. Pete, I know we're talking about this live, but I tried looking in the Discord to make sure that there wasn't no more of my bot postings in the general thing. Did they stop, or are they still coming?
Yeah, no, I think they stopped. It looks like they're all going into the members only, the contributor video channel. Yeah, I haven't seen anything crop up in general. Yeah, it seems like it's all working now. So
cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, There you have it, folks. Again, there's going to be voting for your favorite Stadia games, and so be on the lookout for that. And the PNTS Network new Discord is officially open, so come on, click the link, come on over and join. So with that said, man, we want to thank Pete for joining us. Pete, all of Pete's hard work. If you need to follow Pete, can you let everybody know where they can follow you at and where they can find you?
As usual, you guys can find me at foremost_GG on Twitter. You will definitely be seeing me around on the Discord once everybody starts hopping in. You can also find me on the PNTS Network website. Please go and visit. We'd love to have you guys all there. Reviews are posted. You have daily sections with quite a few of the members. Different articles are being posted on there by Jack the Slip and a few other noticeable people. So please go ahead and visit on there. I will be posting soon. Once again, as soon as I can settle back down. I'm just kind of in between a lot of things right now. But other than that, yeah, mainly Twitter. If you guys ever want to hit me up in DMs, or if you want me to come on your show. I mean, I get that I'm busy, but if you want to have a debate, let's have a debate.
Let's
But
have it.
just that I'm going to come correct and I'm going to come with my. So if you don't like that, then please, that's probably a bad idea. But if you want to debate, let's debate. I'm all for it. I was the little star kid in my debate classes in school. So if you want to go for it, let's go for it.
Do it. Awesome stuff. And of course, you can find me also here at PNTS Network, Stadia Dosage, just like Pete and Jack. Yeah, check us out. Go to pntsnetwork.com. SSC podcast will be back next week, so definitely check us out there. And then you can find me on MM2K Videos channel. I accidentally posted the Morning Tonic there, the last one, and people's like, "Oh, you have this channel too," and some subscribe, so I appreciate that. But what we're going to do on that channel is some of these high end quality videos. We're going to start putting them there. The next one I got, Pete, I got a sweet Halo Infinite video. I played that campaign last night. My God, I had a lot of fun. So,
Man, I'm trying to get that to work as we speak right now because mine decided to break, so I'm over here troubleshooting through PowerShell and stuff.
yeah. You playing it on PC?
Yeah, I'm using
Yeah.
Game Pass to play, and
Yeah. You know what I had to do?
hmm,
Crazy enough, my VRAM for this so anybody that's having this problem, my VRAM was fine. I had everything on high settings. My VRAM was fine, not ultra, but at high settings. And I was still getting stutters. I had to move everything to medium settings, then individually upgrade to high settings, even some ultra on some things. And then it's a smooth 60. You know what I mean? So
oh, yeah, I gotta fix that thing because I was getting like random
yeah.
frame drops,
Mm-hmm.
stutters, using
Mm-hmm.
just resets. Yeah, you
Yeah.
see, once I get this working, because it apparently just doesn't like me right now. Um, yeah, once I get this working and I get it reinstalled, ooh, it's back on because I was in the prologue and I didn't even get to the ring yet, and
Oh
just
wow. Okay. Yeah,
man,
I'm still in the
yeah,
prologue too. Yeah, I am too. Yep.
I
That's
didn't
a
even get to the
long ass
ring yet,
prologue, dude.
dude.
Jesus.
For real, I was like, Jesus,
Jesus.
what is going on, bro? I ain't even on. You know what? I can't wait because I'm about to start grapple hooking
Yeah.
everything. I will say I've been grapple hooking the grunts and then just pulling myself to them,
Yeah.
and
Knocking them
it
out.
is just so fun. And
Yeah,
it's
it
so
is.
fun
It
during your little
is.
conversations. I miss it. They're like, "Oh no, the green human is back."
Or when they kill
Oh,
you, because I'm playing on legendary, so I'm getting smashed. I haven't played a Halo game in a while. When they kill you, oh, you're not as tough as they said you are. You're the legend. And I love it
I know. I
when they
can't
talk smack.
wait to get this back on, dude. I
Yeah,
seriously can't.
it's a fun experience. I love it. So with that said, yeah, be on the lookout for that, y'all. MM2K videos. All right, with that said, y'all, that's it for the show. We'll be back next Saturday. New guest again. This is going to be the show that's going to take SML spot until Storm and I get together and reconfigure SML because we're changing the whole scope of that. So stay tuned for that. And SSC Podcast 82 will be back next Wednesday. The Commission will be back the following day. And with the Commission, we're doing a holiday special because that's going to be the last episode of that for the year. And there we go. So with that said, MM2K, Peter Cottontail, check y'all